When I first stepped off the plane, oh God, it was kind of like, what did I get myself into? I got off the plane and I was like, is this the airport? Like, where's the rest of it, you know? Because I'm from Toronto and everything there is big and like, there's only one like runway and like one taxiway, and I'm like AVOP's gonna be really good to get.
When I first got to Norman Wells, I was kind of surprised that there were trees. Like, I didn't expect it to be as green as it is up here, seeing as how far north we are.
Oh, regret, instant regret. Instant regret. That was my thought. That was my first thought. It's just like, what have I got myself into, right?
I found the North-Wright ad on one of the aviation specialty job application places, and everything that they had posted on the ad, diverse fleet, rotational work, close-knit community, small team, that checked all the boxes for me.
Engineering is something I really seen off the top that I wanted to be part of, and I think mainly the family I grew up in was huge into history, and I watched history growing up where I did here in Norman Wells unfold. I felt like I seen the forefront of my early stages, and I really got a picture of how maintenance was done then to the way maintenance is done today.
One of my favorite parts about working as an aircraft maintenance engineer is the reliance that the machine and the operation has on you. And for the machine to fly and the pilots to do their job, you are expected to make sure that that aircraft is ready, safe, and well done. And working up here at North-Wright, it's going into some crazy places, extreme colds, water landings, ice strip landings. It's good to know that the work you're doing is being tested because the aircraft itself is being tested. You have to make sure that the aircraft are well maintained.
I think the primary reason that an apprentice or a mechanic should consider coming to North-Wright is that you will come out of your experience a better, stronger, more rounded engineer.
What North-Wright offers, especially someone starting out, just the opportunity for the different type of aircraft. Like, you're getting a variety from small piston pounders up to the mighty Twin Otter, the amazing Bush machine that it is in the 1900, which could jumpstart you into the bigger stuff if you choose to go that way.
You watch the airplanes come and go. You're engaged with the crew that are here, and they have a lot of questions, you know, about the machines, and you know what you're doing. You feel good about your calls because you got to know that machine. Multiple people are asking you questions typically about the same sort of thing, and you can actually educate people and feel confident about that because you've seen it before, you know.
Part of the charm of working up here is the adversity of the climate that you're in. Most of the time we're in the hangar, and most of the time the hangar's warm, but sometimes you open the door and it's minus 40 inside and outside. Part of the excitement is working in the harsh environment, being outside when it's minus 50, there's wind blowing, it's pitch black. To me, that's part of the excitement, that's part of the challenge, it's part of the fun.
I've had lots of experiences where, you know, an aircraft has lost a cylinder on a reciprocating engine at another community. But when I had to do that, it was also minus 46 below out. And we're sitting up there with one power outlet, you know, in one of the remote communities. And so I did it just like they did in the old days. And I got so much passion from that. My hands were cold. I put up a big tent, put a Herman in there. It heated it. I had very little light, but I had one little trouble light that I could use because in the wintertime it's darker, right? And there's something about that. Being raw in a harsh environment, having to change an engine, and you have oil that's frozen. You got to heat the oil up before it goes in the plane so it's viscous. You have lock wire that you're trying to find and get, and it's cutting you, and you're bleeding your hands out because they're cold and you don't have any feeling sensation in your fingers. But for some reason, that's the romance with being a mechanic. You don't get that anywhere else. And again, it comes down to they sent you to do that job. So what a neat feeling that they trust you in doing that, right? And you feel like as pilots would say, a bush pilot. Well, I feel like a bush mechanic, you know? I feel like somebody can give me a spring and a chunk of lock wire and I'll build you an outboard motor. Like, you feel good about what you can do. That's the romance in being an engineer. And they're few and far between, but that's enough to satisfy my hunger.
So when you move up here, you immediately have a group of friends in the North-Wright community. no one is left out, no one is left behind.
It's more like a family aspect. Like everyone's kind of in the same boat. No one's really from here, so everyone kind of takes you under their wing when you first get here, and
it's just different. It's a different lifestyle, and it's really nice because there's nobody ever breathing down your back, but everybody just has a very common goal to get it done.
And I think the personality of the airplanes definitely has an impact on how we think about them, but when you feel a connection to the aircraft as something that deserves to exist in this place, in this weird place. These planes are also working in conditions that are difficult for anyone, let alone an airplane that certainly wasn't designed to live 40, 50 years in a harsh environment. That's definitely something that I think about and I take really seriously when it comes to maintaining the fleet.
But coming north, we need people up north. You're gonna bring yourself to the next level. And if you want to learn the realm of being a good mechanic, this is where you need to be. But you have a freedom to be who you are. It doesn't have to be forever, but absolutely. People need to come up here. People need to experience it, and you're gonna learn why you got into being a mechanic.